Good morning, guys. It's another Gypsy Soul, and I am waiting outside. I actually got here early at my neurologist appointment because I feel like that's all I do lately is go to the doctor. But anyway, I got a story for y'all. Okay, this story I'm gonna try to tell real quick and it has a point why I'm telling you this. When you know that Halloween tag that's going around, I think it's the 30 question, when one of the questions is something to the effect of what would scare you the most to find in an abandoned building or house. I think it's something like that. You know what my answer would be? A dentist. Yep, my answer would be a dentist. And here's why. When I was probably 10 years old, people's walking up there and I think I'm crazy talking on the phone. When I was probably 10 years old, my mom was like a stickler for dental hygiene. Like, we took care of our teeth. Like, she had us at the dentist every 6 months for a cleaning and checkup. And then we all had braces, so we all got braces. We were at the dentist every month. And she's still like that. My brother and sister are still like that. Not moi. Nope. Because, like I said, when I was about 10 years old, we went to this dentist, the one that Mom went to, the one that we always went to, and I had 4 baby teeth, 2 in the top, 2 in the bottom, that were not loose, that he decided they needed to come out. And so I went to the dentist that day. They put me in a room, and side note, my dentist hated kids. Hated them. He would tell you, I hate kids. I don't like them. I don't like working on them. You know, back then there wasn't a pediatric dentist, or, everybody had to go to the same dentist. I was scared to death of this man. Like, he was short and stocky and hairy and had short, fat fingers, and he'd be working on your mouth and like basically cram his whole fat hand in your little kid mouth. I mean, I hated that man. Well, that day they put me in a room and they put gas on me because they were going to have to pull these 4 teeth. And they left me with the gas on me in the room, left out of the room, him and the nurse. That's the first time I had ever had gas put on me. Well, I guess as I started to get high, the chair started to swing. The dentist chair started to swing back and forth. But it wouldn't go forward. It was just going back, and then it would stop. Back and stop. And it kept getting higher and higher. Well, I felt like I was going to fall face forward out of the chair because it was going so far backwards. So by the time that the nurse came back in the room, I was like hung off the side of this chair, and I had the arm of the dentist chair like in a death grip, like a baby monkey, because I thought I was falling out the damn chair. Hold on, Red Bull. So she calms me down and tells me, no, baby, the chair's not moving. That's just the gas. Her name was Miss Linda. I think that was her name. And she was sweet as she could be. Calms me down. Well, he comes in the room and she's tattooing on me. I wasn't crying or anything. I was just like, had, deer in the headlight eyes. So she's telling him what happened, and you could tell he was already pissed off. Well, this is before they start, now they put like a swab in your mouth and kind of numb the area before they give you a shot. No, not back then. They just come at you and just start giving you a shot. Well, he just starts cramming these shots in me. And I start like crying. Not screaming, because how can you scream when somebody has their whole fucking hand in your mouth? Like, I just start crying. Tears are coming out my eyes and stuff. And he says, Linda, leave the room and shut the door. And she says, are you sure? And he says, I said leave the room and shut the door. So, I can remember her looking at me with the most pitiful look on her face, because I'm sure I was looking at her with the same most pitifulest look on my face. So she gets up and she leaves the room and she shuts the door. And the minute that door shuts, this bastard takes his fat hand and covers my mouth and gets right down next to my ear and tells me, if you don't quit crying and shut your damn mouth and quit scaring my patients, I am going to pull every damn tooth in your head, and there is not a thing your mama will be able to do about it. And I was just like, holy crap. And I can remember just the tears were running. I can remember. And he said, now when I take my hand off your mouth, you better not say a word. And you better not cry anymore. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And I went. So then he hit the buzzer and he got Linda back in the room. Linda came in and he put me in a headlock, like literally a headlock, and got on me and started wrenching these teeth out because they were not loose. And I can remember the sound that they made as he was doing that. And I can remember it would go and pluck. We pluck them out, roots and all. I mean, they didn't even look like, you're thinking, how is that even like fitting in my jawbone? Like roots and all. And so when the appointment was over, I come walking out, and the dentist's wife was actually the receptionist in there. And Mama was standing at the counter paying her. And she said, I had galls in my mouth, so I had to keep my mouth, clamped down to keep because I was bleeding. And so Miss Linda had walked me out, and I was just tears pouring. And his wife, the receptionist, sees me, and she's like, oh, baby, what's wrong? You okay? And I shook my head no. And Mama's like, oh, she'll be okay. And so Miss Linda says, I'm going to walk her out. I'm going to help her get out to the car. So she walks us out to the car, and she helps me get in the car, and she tells my mom, I'm so sorry that this happened. I wish this wouldn't have happened. And my mom said, oh, Dana's just dramatic. Don't worry about that. She'll be over that by the time we get home. I know if my mom would have asked her what happened, she'd have told her. I know she would. I know she would have. So we get down the road far enough that where I'm able to take the galls out of my mouth, and I tell Mama what happened, and she says, you're lying. You know that didn't happen. That man wouldn't have done that to you. And I said, he did, Mama. He did. I promise. He did not. And I don't want to hear none of that. So me being the daddy's girl that I am, I said, I'm telling my daddy. I'm telling him on the dentist. I'm telling him on you for not believing me. So I get home and I tell my daddy. Look at that. Look at that. Why not I tell him I had telling you, I had lipstick all over me. What the crap? So, anyway, since I talked this whole video with freaking lipstick all over my teeth, so, you know, Daddy believed me, Mama didn't. They fought about it, but, you know, that's as far as it went. But my point to telling y'all this 10-minute long story is that now to go get my teeth cleaned, I literally have to be gassed. Yes, they have to gas me now to clean my teeth. When they start telling me what they're going to be doing, my anxiety is so bad that I start crying like a little kid. Yep, I start crying. The last procedure I had done, I had to have 2 crowns. And my sister had to go with me and hold my hand. And I cried. That was with Twilight Sleep, gas, and a Xanax. So now I can't get away from it. I have 2 bad cavities. I woke up this morning with a toothache. I knew it was coming. Actually, the one that's the worst is on this side, but my toothache is on this side. But at the gum line, I have a really bad cavity to where they're probably going to have to pull it. It's the very back tooth. So I had to call an oral surgeon, and I'm going to be put to sleep, like IV in the arm. No Twilight Sleep, no gas, and sleep for them to be able to do everything they got to do and get out. Because if you make me one appointment, I'm not going to go to the next one. I will call and make dentist appointments and then cancel them. Call, cancel. Because when it gets closer to it, my anxiety kicks in and I can't go. So yeah, November the 1st, Tuesday, I've got to go have this done. And I'm already stressing about it, but they made me put down a $250 deposit. So now I'm like stuck. I gotta go. And now I've got a toothache, so I've really, really gotta go. So the point to this story is, you know, you can have shit that's, some people are going to look at that and say, oh my God, that's not traumatic. The fuck it ain't. It was to me. And 30 years later, 35 years later, I am still fucked up because of something that an old bastard did to me in a dentist office. And I'm sure, you know, he hated kids. There was way more than just me that this happened to by that dentist. I would never, if my kids told me something like that, I would never just blow that off. I would never. You know, my kid could be the biggest liar ever, and I would still say, you know, I would confront, I would be like, hey, you know what? My little Johnny told me, you know, he said you put your hand over his mouth and threatened to pull out all his teeth. You didn't do that, did you? Did you really do that? You know, it's ridiculous. You don't do little kids like that. If you don't like little kids, then you don't treat little kids. Period. You don't scar them for life. God. Okay, rant over. I gotta go into the neurologist. Maybe he'll treat me for this too. Anyway, y'all have a great day. A great day. A wonderful day. And if you go to the dentist, I hope he doesn't threaten to pull all your teeth out. And if he does, you kick him in the nuts. Bye, guys. Love ya. Mwah.